Hey guys, Brian with WorkshopAddict.com. Check this dude out. It's the Craftsman 3000 series 54-inch rolling tool chest and cabinet. Pick this up simply because proudly made in the USA. Now it does have that with global materials after that. And it's interesting, I'm gonna walk you through what I found is the global materials. I'm gonna walk you through some of the build quality. I picked this up because deep in my heart, I've always had Craftsman, and I am really hoping that they're gonna come back with this made in the USA stuff, and they're gonna just kick ass with it, and it's gonna fit the decor that I'm going on in my shop at my other location, which is kind of where we store our cars. It's a little more showy, and this just fits in. It's made for someone who's going to have more power tools. It's got some decent smaller sections for your wrenches and ratchets up top, but then you have some deep drawers in here that's really going to fit power tools. In this bottom section here, you have a 10-inch deep drawer that's just absolutely huge. It would fit, probably for the most of us, way too much stuff. All of these drawers that you see here have soft close slides. They are going to have a 120-pound rating. Now there are 3 drawers here. This very long drawer has 2 slides rated for 200 pounds. Both of these 10-inch deep drawers on the bottom are also rated for 200 pounds. Casters on the bottom are 6 inches tall, 2 inches wide. They are made in China and have a 3,000-pound rating. You can switch these up to either side, it doesn't matter, but you do have 2 that swivel, and those that swivel also lock. This guy is 54 inches wide, 22 inches deep, 66 3/8 closed, 86 7/8 inch open. So if you have 87 inches, you'll be able to open and close this guy without issue. Being 22 inches deep, that means that your drawer depth for every single drawer here is going to be 19 inches. They are full access drawers, so you open them up, you can get into every bit of space that they have. It's really set up nice for someone who has a lot of larger tools. Obviously, if you're a mechanic and you have a ton of hand tools, this isn't going to be for you, but if you're that guy who's the average DIY homeowner, kind of where the Craftsman brand started, in my opinion, this is going to be a chest that's going to hold all of your tools, from power tools to your hand tools to everything you need, including probably what way too many of us will use this drawer for is to hold everything that we never use and will never find because it won't be sorted out well. You tell me about that in the comments. So when you bring this guy home, it's going to be in 2 pieces, the top and the bottom, and they are held together around back with 2 pieces of metal and 8 self-tapping screws, which this was the first chest that I've ever had to use technically a self-tapper or drill a hole into and then screw the top and the bottom together. That was a little disheartening. I really dislike rib nuts, but at that same point, while I was doing the self-tappers in the back, I thought, man, I really like rib nuts. So let's dive into this a little bit more and look at how some of this is built and go from there. Looks wise, this toolbox knocks it out of the park. You do have 2 USB outlets, a nice outlet for an adapter that gives you some room so you don't have all of these plugs just piled on top of each other, because then you wouldn't be able to plug this in if you didn't have that extra space. I like that that's thought out. I'm gonna ask you to watch this video, then go to my blog. In the bottom of my blog post, I'm gonna have a link to the place that makes these, and it's gonna walk you through, it's kind of a commercial from Craftsman, but you'll see some things in there of how this is made. I don't know if you can see as I plug this in and unplug it, there's some movement. There's movement back here. There's just general movement around it. You're gonna see why there is some of that movement, and as we move up, I'm gonna use my light here, you can see everything is just, it's sheet metal, it's 18 gauge, and it's bent. So here they put in another piece for reinforcement. You can see that. As you go up into the corners, you can see that it was just bent up in here and then they put in a reinforcement piece that goes all the way along the top. Everything here was at one point in time a piece of sheet metal, which is how these are all built. They're just bent around and then they come through. Even the Husky or Milwaukee ones, they rivet them in place. As far as the rivets go, top notch. Love it. We've seen a lot of the Milwaukee and Husky models where the rivet pieces are still sticking out the end. They're sharp, you got to file them down. I like that. I like that you've got a hole here and in back so you can run another cord in. I've seen people put lights up here. It all depends on what you're going to use this for, but a lot of us will not be able to use all these or use them all up and want to get something else in there. That's a big deal. This guy comes complete with all the drawer liners. The top drawer liner, pretty thick. You have a Craftsman logo on it. Most of the larger drawer liners will have the Craftsman logo. These take me back to the old days a little bit where they're pretty thin. You used to buy these and cut them out, and it works, right? But let's go back into this drawer. This is one of them with the single slides. You can see, again, they just bent this around. Everything's bent and brought over. Again, nice rivet jobs, I'll give them that. But they didn't curl the corners or anything, so or even the back. And this is, when I was measuring this to get the 19-inch depth, this is what kind of gets me. And it's not a huge deal, but you can see it moves easy. If they would have just put a lip on that, it would have been much stronger. And I think that in some ways, that's what stops this box from giving you the complete feel of utter quality. Listen to this. You know, I'm not going to be super fussy on that, but if you are super fussy on your toolboxes, in some ways you will really love it, and in some ways you will really hate it. I just wish that they would have given us a little bit more here, rolled that edge one way or another, and we would have had a lot more strength, and it would have probably sounded a bit better. But look at this. I mean, it's just huge. So if you need the room and the space, this will give it to you. And you have 2 slides on these. Everything looks and functions well. You got handles where you need them. You got more pegboard everywhere. If you happen to have the back of this open, you could use the pegboard in back. But here's another area that I like that they made this red. The rivets are great. The finish is great. But all this is metal, putting a C. And in between my fingers here, it's open. So I can get my fingers in and just feel that that was just metal wrapped into a C. I wish they would have completed it a little further or wrapped it over top of each other, so I didn't feel that this was just sheet metal at one point. All of the handles are the same way. That gives me a little bit lesser feel of quality. Again, if you wait till the end of the video, then go over to the blog, you'll see how they dip these and how they actually paint or powder coat them or coat them with the paint that they have. And it's an interesting process to watch. I'm going to pull out these drawers here and let's look behind them. So as you can expect from my comment and talking about them dipping these, this was interesting to find when you take the inside apart and see, I don't know if it's, I'm assuming it's somewhat bare metal. I would have thought this was going to be completely black like the bottom, but it seems to just, whatever the back is, and in some cases over here, which looks like either sprayed on paint or it's the lack of powder coat that got around. I guess I expected a little bit more. You can see back here my self-tapping screws that came in to put the top and bottom together. I guess you probably could bolt these. The holes go all the way through here. So you could take out the bottom drawer and put 2 bolts from the top in if you wanted to, instead of self-tapping. So you can see my thumb there. That would definitely be what I would do at this point. If you get this, I would just run 2 3/8 bolts, 1 on each side. They'd be easy to get to, and you wouldn't have to run the self-tappers in the back, and I think they'd be a bit more sturdy. So has any of this deterred me from still wanting this box? And the answer is no. I still want it for that specific purpose of actually being able to use it for a ton of tools that I want around home. I like how it's set up. Probably should have taken the tools out of this guy. I like how it goes together. I like how everything's set. I like that it's made in the USA. I wish they would just put a little bit more into bending that metal so that we get a little more rugged feel. Here's the hard part, right? If you're looking at these online, you're gonna look at it and go, is the value there? Is for what I'm paying for these 2 boxes going to be a better value, and am I getting better quality than if I look elsewhere in different places and try to find something different? I'm gonna suggest go to the store. You're gonna find these boxes on sale in the store. You'll see them in Lowe's, and the prices are gonna be pretty good. Then you can start to compare as to what they are to other brands and what you see out there, and go down that road. I like it because I needed the look. I needed the deep drawers for what I'm doing, and I still really want to bring Craftsman back in. I have a strong feeling for that, and you'll probably see that in a lot of my videos. I really think and I want to give them that chance to bring Craftsman back to the US. I want to support USA in their making of the tools and everything else that's going on. I want the quality of the made in the USA to be better than if it was made in China. I expect that. I expect the pride. You know, everybody goes out and says, you know, we're very proud of what we make here. We make a ton of things. We make cars, we have innovation, we have a lot of things that happen. We ship a lot of crap overseas just to get it cheaper, have them manufactured there, put it on the slow boat back here, and that turns out to give us not as good of a product 99% of the time. It's cheaper, and especially in the tool world, we deal with that all the time. I'd love to hear your comments on that below. This is probably close to some of the same quality that you get with the lower end Husky boxes, in my opinion. I think you have a lot of the qualities that you'll get with the higher end boxes, but because they didn't roll some of the edges and because of some of the things that they just put together with not much behind it, gives you that feel that, hey, I don't have all the same quality there, just because of maybe a couple pieces that they could have done, maybe $2, $3 worth of bending, whatever it is. Just wish it was there. I'm not saying this is a bad toolbox, but I want to give you my honest opinion. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the look. I'm happy with the drawers. I'm happy with everything's there. I will deal with the little bit of what I don't feel is the not quality compared to a lot of other boxes that we've had. I don't want you to jump into it and say, hey, Brian said this and that. We're always honest and open to you with these. But if you're looking for something that is a little more nostalgic, the Craftsman 2000 series toolboxes are out there. They look like the older models, but you only have an 18-inch depth. Depth to me is where it's at. So this is where I'm going. Again, not our shop toolbox. If it was my only toolbox, I would probably really want a little bit more quality, but we use this stuff on a daily basis. So just the average isn't gonna work for a long period of time. I've over-talked it, probably over-analyzed it. You guys let me know. As always, we appreciate your time watching the videos. I suggest going over to the blog. Link will be in the description. Scroll to the bottom of it. Watch that video. You'll see how this stuff is made. You'll see him at the end of that video dipping some of these boxes. This one wasn't dipped, obviously. And it's just an interesting process to see, gives you more of an idea of what they're doing. Leave some comments on that video if you think they should change some stuff too. It's always good. The customer does have a voice. We appreciate your time, guys. Like, subscribe, please. Have a good day.